Hello friends, I'm currently behind the camera. This will be a 5-way, maybe 6 if I feel ambitious, 5-way speaker comparison. I'm going to have to edit it together. There's no way around it. It might take me about an hour. Files are only about 25 minutes each on the camera. But let me walk you through what we're seeing on camera. Okay, so these are the Radiant Acoustics Clarity 6.2s. These are the Kanto YU5 passives. These are the Monolith Encore B6 bookshelves. SVS Ultra Evolution bookshelves. The Buchart Audio A10s, which are self-amplified. That'll be the wild card in this video. The KEF R3 Metas in walnut. The Arundel Towers I will not be demoing because this will be bookshelves only, no subwoofers. All the descriptions will be listed, all of the equipment, all that stuff I'll put in the description if you guys want to take a look at that, ask questions after the whole video is over. These will be level matched, and each section of songs will play for about 12 minutes. I'm going to be recording this video on my DJI. Each of the sound samples will be recorded on my Samsung phone, which is set up like this. This will be the position. I'll show you how I'm going to do this test. This is located at about my ear level with the microphones on each side of the camera for stereo audio, which will be better than my DJI camera because the DJI stereo mics are only about 1.5 inches apart. The stereo mics on the phone are about the same width as my head. So it's not a true binaural audio recording, but it's better than the DJI camera. So we'll be using that one to record the sounds. I'll start with the clarities. I don't know. People have accused me of like clickbait and trying to grab attention by using some sort of things. So I don't want to put the clarities at the end. God knows I don't want people giving me shit for something, even though they probably will anyways. We're going to do our best. I'm going to leave this camera running so I can capture the whole thing start to finish, and I'll leave it as a behind-the-scenes video entirely, no edits. But the sound demos will be edited, and you'll see this intro at the beginning. So with that said, I will start the recordings. We'll do my level matching on camera, and we'll see how this goes. Thank you for joining and watching and joining my journey. The sound is going to change throughout the video because I'm moving around. I don't have the DJI mics on me, so you're going to have to bear with me as I deal with that. If you can, set some compression and things like that to manage the audio as we go along here. So first things first, I need to level. Well, I have leveled the first song already. The first song is the white noise test, which is like essentially just white noise. So I'm using that white noise to level match each of the song sessions. Once the level match is set by the same white noise track, I will just play through the songs, and they're only about 1 minute each. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I will only use part of the song at the end. I don't know if any of them are going to be copyright. Hopefully none of them will get blocked. This is only for what I'm still calling entertainment purposes because it's not a scientific comparison of speakers. This is just through YouTube, through microphones. None of it's calibrated. So let's not get too serious about it. Use it for whatever it is. Reference each sound in the recording to each other. The previous recording was not level matched. This one will be, and I'm including 2 new speakers that are very budget. One pair is $250 a pair. The other ones are about $250 each. The SVS are about $600 US each. The KEF R3 Metas are about, I think, $2,000 for the pair. And then the Clarity 6.2s are $4,500 plus. The Buchart A10s are also about $45, $46, $3,900 US with an amplifier included. So I may include it, I might not. Anyways, first things first, I can't sit down while I'm doing this, so I'll have to just level match it on camera and see how it goes. So let me just get into film mode. I'm going to start my camera, and then once it's rolling, I will shut up, and then you will see the video afterwards. Okay, rolling. Let's see, my sound pressure level. All right, let's go. Okay, well, that was entertaining. Are we still on? Are we still working? All right, well, here comes the fun part. I know that my camera's not on center for that, but that's as close as I can get it based on the tripod. Let me move this around. Now's the fun part. Now I get to select which speaker comes next. So I am going to do something sort of like high-end budget, back to high-end, back to budget maybe, and then do the CAFs. That's what I'm thinking. Again, I have to turn the amps off each time I disconnect any of the speakers. I'll move these out of the way, and I will replace them. Keep those. Actually, it's going to block my light. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, because these Radiant speakers are wider than the other ones. I want to keep all the surfaces roughly the same for fair comparison. So yeah, let's see how that works. All right. Trying to be as careful as possible. This should be a very interesting demo because they are they're extremely cheap. They're budget. They're very, very budget speakers. So I don't think people are going to expect what they hear from these. And I guess that's the point. I want to demonstrate exactly how much is transparent, how much you can actually hear in video, and how much a real in-room experience matters. Because you wouldn't expect these types of models or budget models to perform as well. And when you hear them on camera, it does have a certain sound. So this sort of A/B comparison in my mind is enlightening for that sort of sense. Like on camera, what do they sound like? I don't know how much other value it gives. Should be wearing a mic, honestly. I actually bought them for this reason. I don't know how much value it gives to anybody to evaluate them through a video anyways, but it just goes to show, like on camera, how much is actually audible, and can we pick up those differences with a camera? Now, I'm not really sure, but we're going to find out here anyway. So that looks about right. They're in phase. Okay, cool. Looking at my funky pants. So the first thing I have to do is go back and level match in my camera once again. See if I can actually move the camera. I don't know how much different I can place this. I don't want to put it anywhere different because then it will just mess up the video. We'll leave it there. Okay, let's get back to rolling. I can play and level match from here. I might need my volume control, get my remote. So I have to open the camera, go to video. That's on video, same setting. Camera doesn't move. I might actually shift. No, I can't shift or change anything now. It's too late for that. Okay, so let's get my DB app. Doing this live is actually kind of wild. I have a lot of different stuff to consider. Okay, let's start recording. Level match. About the same. Okay. Well, that was exciting as well. 34 minutes. I'm going to have to edit this together, but let me just jump in here and say I think what I'm going to do is, and this is going to seem like a skip and a jump because I will have already done it, but I think what I'm going to do is cut out the sound demos of each. I'm going to stop the camera and then just edit all the files together so that you'll only see me switching out the speakers from now on, and I'm just going to put the camera back to where it was and do that. So that was the Monolith Encore B6 bookshelf speakers, which surprisingly really good. And I'm really hoping in the other file that I had them level matched correctly, because it seemed like even from my position, even though the waveguide is different, they sounded a little bit better or cleaner from where I was standing. So that's a little bit odd. Now, I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be based on, whether I had them correctly or not. If I didn't, I know the audience is going to let me know. And then I can just re-record it. I have to check the footage, and if it's bad, it's bad. I'll redo it. So I'm going to swap them out. I'm going to put the SVS on now so we can compare clarity, budget back to sort of mid-level. Then we're going to go way down, and then we're going to end on the KEFs. So swap them out. I'm lining them up according to like the back of the stand, so they all have about the same distance forward, or at least the same distance from the wall. Not really sure which is going to be better. They're all lined up with the stands underneath. I can feel like the centering. Put this in place, keep the same reflection points. This is actually sort of interesting for me too, because even though I'm in the room, I'm curious to see what it sounds like on video, because I watch a lot of videos. So this is an opportunity for me to actually do some of the same work that others have done and then see how it performs. And once all this is done, I'll be curious to find out what everybody thought of the video. So, that said, I'm going to take this opportunity, now that I've got the SVS in place and I've swapped out the others. We'll take a minute here, and the next you will see will be swapping the speakers. Well, maybe I'll just keep it all together, but I still have to edit it here for a second, nature calling and all that. And during that last record, my neighbors upstairs must have dropped something, so it is what it is. I'm in an apartment, so anyhow, without further ado, we'll take a short break and then come back to record this next session. Alrighty. Alright, after a short edit, we're back. We're going to record the song anyways. Keep it consistent. Alright, I need my decibel meter and roll. Very cool, very cool. Hopefully this camera's picking up everything very well. Okay, it was about 12 minutes, looks like, from start to finish. All right, let's swap out the SVS, and we'll get the little tiny cantos in the picture, and we'll see how that goes. I'll turn this up a little bit, not to get my head chopped off. All right. My other camera's doing well, not moving anything, getting my iPad back to the same place. Don't need my phone. This is exciting. I was just thinking how privileged I am to actually be able to do this, have all of these different models over time just accumulate, borrow, buy, that kind of thing, and then demonstrate them this way. I feel grateful that I'm able to do this. Not everybody can do this, which is one reason why I'm sharing it. I know that it's difficult in some areas to get demos of anything, especially when speakers are direct to consumer, like some of these are. Monolith is direct, Radiant's direct, Kanto you can buy at some places, SVS you can buy at some places now, but they're not always easy to demo. So this is going to be a bit tricky because the SVS are way bigger than these. These are going to be very interesting to demo. So I'm going to put the speaker a little bit in front of the Radiant acoustics. It's going to change my lighting a little bit. So let's put it right here in the middle. This is a tiny little bookshelf. It should be very interesting for all the viewers. Make sure it's still on the padding. Straight. As far as I could see, the level matching was good. It's about 69 to 70 dB. All the same, I checked the video, thank goodness. I don't want to have to redo it. I thought the first recording seemed a little low, but I think that's just because of the dispersion pattern where I'm standing up in the corner. The way that it sounds there is different from on axis. Now these are little tiny things. I'm going to have to, my level matching with these is going to have to be better. Let's just put it that way. Let's get my iPad oriented here. Volume control on camera. All right. Are we all set? Let's bring it down a little bit more. I know this camera's not on centered, but we'll see how it goes. Let's move it just a touch. How do we look? All the white speakers actually reflect the light a lot, and it's really funny to see them all spread out like that. Very interesting. All right, my other camera going. Okay. Let's do the level matching first. Wow, that was pretty interesting for a Kanto, for real. These tiny little speakers have so much of the same like clarity and resolution as most that I can remember. And I just realized that I don't have the same wide lens camera on this. Oh, yes, I do. Oh my God, look at that. I'm losing my mind. Anyhow, so we're going to swap these out. I'm going to move to the CAF, but I'm going to have to move the SVS out of the way because there's not enough space in there. The SVS are wider than the CAFs. So that's what I'm going to have to do, swap them out in a different way. I figure what I'm going to do is edit through some of the sound clips to keep it a little more consistent. And then you'll just see the between the demo action on the camera and I'll edit out the other parts. So here we go. We'll turn the amps off again. Make sure that this whole process is done correctly. Okay, how am I going to do this? All right, move this off to the side where they normally sit. Give me some space to move the kefs. I really don't think any of the bookshelves sitting on the floor are going to change the frequency responses or the reflection points for these bookshelves in any kind of regard. Now, these kefs are a little bit deeper, so I'm going to have to adjust the position a little bit. Just have the front baffle in the same position, hanging over the front. Move that back a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be as accurate as I can get it. Put these in the middle, I guess. Dun, 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 dun. Losing some steam here. I've been at this for over an hour. You guys watching along, thank you again for watching. Hopefully this is entertaining. I know that I've gotten some feedback on the videos and some people like it, and I hope that I can continue bringing content that's enjoyable. It's part of the video creation process is thinking of something that's both valuable and entertaining and fun to do, because I don't want to do things that are a chore. I didn't get into the hobby for the sake of turning it into more work. This is supposed to be fun to do. Some good looking speakers, that's for sure. All right, let's get the amps back on. Do some level matching and then get these ones on the roll. And just, what are we at? 31 minutes. Let me stop there, save the files. And no, never mind. Thinking on the fly, whatever. All right. Back to the camera. Get this rolling. My level matching going. Last pair, and then I'll think about doing the boucarts. The boucarts are going to be a little bit interesting. See what happens. All right. Level match the kefs. Wow, where are we at on my camera? Wow, 44 minutes? Oh my God. All right, well, I'm going to cut to the end of this video. I'm going to actually set up the Bucard audios, but I'm going to make a separate video for that, make sure that the format, type, and resolution's all the same so the editing goes well. I don't know how I'm going to clip it in. We're going to see everything will be edited. Yeah, I'm recording 4K on my phone. This one's only in 2.7. When I go back to edit everything, it usually drops to 1080p. So it's going to be complicated to splice everything in. But we're going to do a separate one, those same songs on the Bucard audio, and then I'm just going to change the resolution. So, all right, I'm going to edit and skip ahead. Okay, folks, I changed my settings. We're going to unplug the speakers, the passive ones, and I am going to switch over the system. I'll turn the amps off. I'll leave the preamp basically as is, and I will swap the XLRs into the Bucard A10s, and we'll see how that pairs with the other speaker demo. I'll edit a different video, I guess, eventually, where I can compare all of them. clarity to A10s, and we'll switch back and forth. So I'll turn the amps off. We'll move the kefs back onto the floor. Heavy as they are. And then these are all self-powered, so I have to line these up as best I can. So no speaker cables, just power and XLR. And the decibel setting on the speakers, the A10s are normal right now. There's a trim for +6, -6. I haven't played with that at all. They're on the same master tuning as far as I can tell. Trying to keep the chat going. It's kind of hard to come up with something to talk about while I'm in the middle of trying not to get these things damaged. Forgive me for my silence. You guys can still see what I'm doing. The subs have been off for this whole thing. Now that I'm staring at them, it reminded me. So no subwoofers in any of the demos. A10's the same. Okay, all of that's off. Same position. All right. Now the level matching for the Bucart audios. Let's get my other camera rolling. This one's rolling. Get a better view there. All right, last set of songs, and then I have hours of editing to do. Okay, here we go. This one for a little bit of bonus material. We're going to be level matching the Bucart A10s for this demo, using the same preamp and settings and streamer, and hopefully it's to satisfaction. I'm curious how this is going to go, so we'll see what happens. Start a little bit low. All right, let's do this. Wow, that was entertaining. Hopefully everything comes out well in the edit, because I'm not really sure how that's going to go. So let me just flip the camera around and do my outro for this behind the scenes shenanigans. There we go. Get that, and then track my face. Hello. So that was my five-way speaker comparison. Basically, this will be behind the scenes. I probably won't edit these into the rest of the mix because it's kind of awkward, and the video formats are different and the sounds are different, so it's a lot of work to do. Essentially, why I wanted to do this whole series of comparisons is for a number of reasons. One, I enjoy watching them. I find that for me, it's a source of reinforcement to something I'm looking for. It's entertaining, first of all. Also, I wanted to know what it would sound like in here. And I have so many different speakers from different sort of areas that I wanted to see how how they would all turn out, how they sound on camera as well. I'm using my Samsung Ultra 2020, I think Note 20 Ultra, and then I have an S23 Ultra, which I'm not using to record. So the mics that I'm using on that camera are the same as many of my other demos. The DJI camera is the one I was using for the last comparison video. So because I'm using my phone instead of the DJI, the mic distances are different from each other. I think that's going to play a significant role in this demo, and I wanted to include the A10s because they also have a Purify woofer. Now, they're all the same songs, all the same positions, all of the same levels. I did level matching. I'm hoping that that all turns out well for people on camera. I am open to a discussion about it. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. If anybody notices anything, then let me know. That's why we're doing this. Why am I talking with my hands so much? I'm rather tired. I've been at this for a while. I haven't really gotten a chance to listen to any of this stuff myself. So I think what I'm going to do is just put the Radiant Acoustics back in place and then listen to them throughout the week and start to edit this video from top to bottom. So thank you for watching and joining me on this journey. I think that these kinds of experiments are important in audio because the only way to learn what's what about audio is in person and experimenting, figuring it out for ourselves. So I appreciate your attention and joining me on this journey and for your feedback and insights on other things. Say if there's something else that I can do, maybe something else that I can try, then let me know what you think of all of this stuff and we'll build the next set of demos together. Anyways, that's enough for me. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.